Alrighty then. This is going to be a very, very, very fun and interesting look at Warhammer Legends. So, you know what? I'm going to take these off. And I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I am mute and defend. There we go. Okay, so. What is Warhammer Legends? Well, Warhammer Legends is 40k's way of discontinuing certain models and then eventually erasing them from existence, but we can't say that, so it's their way of keeping the models around for all eternity and never updating their rules, or balancing them, or, you know, pretty much 7th edition. I'm sorry. Warhammer Legends is them taking some of the old characters and options that they're no longer producing and just stopping them. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really about this, because Warhammer Legends is something that I really was hoping GW would not do. I really thought with the massive backlash that they got from the initial push of this, that they would have not done it. So yeah, that's Warhammer Legends. Every Citadel miniature is great. No, that's not true. We know what the slave girls look like. We know what some of the old Dokari look like. We know what a lot of the stuff looks like. A unique piece of ever-evolving narrative of Warhammer. See, ever-evolving. It is then an unfortunate truth that we can't continue to sell or support every model. Well, you can, you're just choosing not to. As we make our new models and books to explore the background rules, we have stopped producing and featuring some of the older models. But just like many of you, we still treasure our collections of older Citadel miniatures, and we still want to be able to use them in games and forge glorious narratives on the tabletop. This is where Warhammer Legends comes in. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. Nobody uses at all, nobody uses the narrative gameplay. Nobody uses open gameplay. These models are going to die off. I'm sorry to say this, but they are going to go away. And it is an unfortunate truth that we have to face. I'm going to move my webcam up just a bit because I'm on a higher seat. It is an unfortunate truth that we have to face. These models are going to be gone forever. Nobody plays with any of the open war stuff. There's no create your own Space Marine character thing. You never see custom Land Raiders. You also never see, like, well, the orc trucks. You just don't see them. And it's sad, but it's true. Nobody plays with the open war stuff. And by open war, I just mean the open play stuff. Open war decks are actually really fun. But open play, nobody uses. And I hate to say that, because open play can be fun, but it is brutally broken, and it is so beyond balanced, it's ridiculous. Everybody plays with the more balanced mechanic of matched play. Alright, so the rules present here are designed to be definite. That they're essentially, this is them. That's it. No, they're gone. Okay? We have to face it. They're gone. So let's just dive into it and see what's gone. And we're losing options and everything. We're not just losing, like, characters. We're losing full-out options. I think the Eviscerator on the Canoness went away, which, if you know me, I ran the Canoness with an Eviscerator. That was my go-to weapon because it was the coolest weapon in 40k. But sisters aren't allowed to get the weapon that's iconic with their force. Only Space Marines are. So yeah. So let's take a look at Thousand Suns now. I do admit that I don't know much about Thousand Suns. I don't face them that much, so I do apologize if I go over a few things. Sorcerer on Disc of Tzeentch? Really? Ow! Okay. And they lost some war gear options. So this model can be equipped with one Inferno bolt pistol, one weapon from the melee weapon list, and maybe... Wow, okay, so... Yeah, they lost their sorcerer. on a disc. Can they still get a sorcerer and jump pack? Can they even get a sorcerer and jump pack? Wow, that actually sucks. So Ahriman's literally the only sorcerer on disc now. Okay, well, I guess they could still get exalted sorcerers on discs. I don't know how that works. So I will admit my knowledge about Thousand Sons is pretty bad. If you guys know anything about Thousand Sons or any of the races that I missed, please comment in the comment section of this video or comment during the live chat itself. It'll go a long way to helping me out, so make sure that I don't mess up. Exalted Sorcerers still have discs. Okay, so Exalted Sorcerers. Space Marines. This is going to be the oof. This is going to be oof. Are we ready? Okay, so... stop, like, freaking out. Oh, we're losing a lot of weapons. Okay. Wow, we're losing the Rhino Primaris. I actually used one of these things. Damn. Alright, well... I mean, that's not really a big deal. No one really used these things too much. I have one in my collection, but that's really it. So that's not bad. I'm not too worried about that. Oh, we lose the Land Raider variant of it too. I mean, all Land Raider variants are inevitably going to go to Legends because Land Raiders don't sell anymore. Even the base Land Raider doesn't sell. No one wants them. They're garbage. Games Workshop finally released Warhammer Legends. Yes, it did. We are going through it right now. It's a 5+ invulnerable save. Oh, this poor Land Raider. It didn't deserve it. Imperial Space Marine. This guy I knew shouldn't have been an actual model that you could use, so I'm not too worried. Also, his weapon isn't actually that good anymore. It's a D6 weapon, which is kind of cool, the disintegration gun, but at the same time, regular intercessors outperform him, so I'm not too worried. This one hurts though. So the chaplain on the bike actually does hurt because I like the chaplain on bike. I have a chaplain on bike, and I really, really, really like the T5 chaplain, especially now that chaplains are going to be even more played because of their litanies. Chaplains on bikes are actually making a comeback, and now they're gone. So I guess we still have our chaplain dreadnought, but yeah, they're gone. I give them litanies, at least. Librarians on bike. You know, if you ever wanted a Raven Wing army or a White Scars army that's actually efficient, well, too bad. Now you have to put them on jump packs. So that's another thing gone. That hurts because, again, maneuverability. Bikes are extremely fast. They're extremely useful. So the Librarian on bike being gone is another character that I have in my collection that is now gone. So that's 2 characters. Somebody keep a tally of this. This is 2 characters so far that... No. Yeah, 2 things so far that I have that are gone. Alright. Tech Marine on a bike. Another thing that I have that is gone. Oh, joy. It's the one with the conversion beamer on the bike. That was cool. Alright, we lost the Tech Marine on a bike. An Apothecary on a bike. Oh my god, say goodbye to your entire bike arm. In fact, you know what? Just get rid of all your bikes while you're at it, because at this point they're garbage without their support characters being able to keep up with them. Ow! Okay. Let me guess, did we lose our chaplain, company ancient on a bike? Okay. There's another one. Company champion! There he is. There's the champion. Come on. Oh, that actually does hurt. That was my entire army. The veterans on bikes. I have 15 veterans on bikes. Ow. I have all of these. I have an entire bike army. This was my 7th edition army. Holy... choice words here that I don't want to say because I'd be demonetized. Honored... Why? Why? These guys weren't even that good. But why? The Terminus... Oh, come on. I have this model too. Yo. Alright. This... Why Kulgur? Yo. Are you serious? Look, I get it. The Primaris ones are replacing the old ones. But... Ow. Listen, I have Kulgur also. Like, he's in the start of my Ultramarine army. And this actually hurts. Marnus Kulgur in Artificer armor. Cool. Tigurius. Wow, I guess the new Primaris ones are just replacing them. You know, that thing that they said wasn't going to happen is definitely happening. That's another model that I lost. Kevin... Seriously? I lost Kevin Shrike? Kasaro... Oh, come on. Oh, we lost Moondraken. So, that's cool. He lost his bike. Okay. And war gear options. Alright, what did we lose for war gear? Let's see. Alright, so we lost this model may be equipped with assault cannon, heavy weld. So I think he just lost some arm options. Librarian lost his Stormbolter. Tech Marine lost his Conversion Beamer. So the Conversion Beamer's gone. Venerable Dreadnoughts lost the same weapons. Holy crap. I lost everything in this book aside from the Primaris Rhino and the essentially the Primaris Land Raider. I just lost. Like, I have all of this stuff. Okay. Alright, so... Ow. Space Wolves. How did they neuter the Space Wolves now? Let's just dive in to see what they ruined of the Space Wolves. Get it? Ruined because they're covered in them. Huh? I'm sorry. Space Wolf Legends. Rhino Primaris. Yep. Land Raider Excelsior. Yep. The Imperial Space Marine. Rune Priest on a bike, which they actually needed. I'm guessing they lost Wolf Priest on a bike. Wolfguard Battle Leader on a bike. Iron Priest on a bike. Iron Priest on a Thunder... Why? Why did they lose the... Bye, Wolves. They lost the Lone Wolf. The guy was terrible. Why? Alright, let's see. Wolfguard on bikes. Wolflord on bike. Some war gear options. Okay. Alright, let's see. Okay. Alright, I'm good. We just lost all of our bikes. I lost my veteran bikers. I had those since 6th edition. Yo, I field them this edition. Well, I guess not anymore. And again, for anybody watching, this is just in matched play. But to be honest, everybody plays matched play. Nobody plays open play. No one plays narrative play. They make a narrative for matched play. So yeah, like, damn. Alright, what did the Death Watch lose? I bet it's all their bikers. For no apparent reason. Oh, they only lost war gear options. Huh. Well, they lucked out. Alright, they lost a few war gear options. Nothing really bad. The Inquisition. Inquisition just got a massive update, so it'd be funny if they just put all of the Inquisitors in here. That'd be hilarious. That's probably what they did. Alright, so yeah, they lost the Null Rod, which kind of sucks, but not really. It's... Yeah. Yeah, it's not really that bad. Let's see. Remember Necron Pariahs? Nobody does. Why aren't Tyranid Strikes gone? They seemed like they were coming. Yeah, Tyranid Strikes might still be here. I won't play matched play. Well, I mean, everybody else will. Alright, Tyranids. What did we lose? I heard it's a Tyrannocyte. Oh, wait, what? Is that really it? We lost the Spike Rifle and the Stinger Web. Huh. That's not bad. Honestly, I don't care about that. That's fine. Nobody ran those weapons. Like, at all. That's fine. Okay. Blood Angels. Here's my prediction. You lost all of your jump packs and you lost all of your bikes. As well as Mephiston. Because he's Primaris now. Let's see, the Primaris Rhino, the Excelsior, the Imperial Space Marine. There's the Chaplain on a bike. There's Mephiston. There's the Sanguinary Priest on a bike, which is actually pretty decent. There's the Librarian on a bike. Yep, we figured this was going to happen. Captain on bike. And... oh, Tech Marine on a bike. Okay, now we do have to look for jump packs. Yep, here it is. They did lose the jump packs. So... let's see. Chaplain gains the following war gear. If in Legends, he can get a combi grab. Let's see. He lost his options. The Company Ancient can't take a jump pack. The Company Champion can't take a jump pack. The Company Veterans can't take jump packs. The Dreadnought lost its weapons. The Librarian didn't lose his jump pack. The Sanguinary Novitiate lost his jump pack, which I think he was the healer. He's the Apothecary, I think. Sanguinary Priest lost a ton of options, but did not lose his jump pack. Huh. That's interesting. He didn't lose his jump pack for the Sanguinary Priest. That's good. That's good. I like that. But everything else lost their jump pack, aside from the Tech Marine. He got to keep... nope, he lost his jump pack. Okay. Ow. Alright. Blood Angels actually lucked out. They lost their bikers, which they don't really use, but they didn't lose a lot of their jump pack forces. So, yeah. So that's not too bad. Blood Angels are kind of tier 1 again, so we really need to see what's going to happen to them. So, yeah. Let's move on. We have the Death Guard. I don't know much about the Death Guard, so I do apologize again. We lost the Chaos Lord on Plague Queen of Nurgle. I think that's the Steed. So we're losing the Steed characters, and that's it. Oh, and some options. That's not bad. That's not bad. Okay, so this one is huge. This one is huge. Did Slaanesh lose their Steed? Alright, so it's the Herald on Steed of Slaanesh that I am worried about. And it is the literal only thing in here that they lost. And just like that, Slaanesh just lost their competitive advantage. Their only competitive advantage, mind you. I mean, yeah, the Contorted Epitome moves 10 inches. You advance it. It moves 13 on average. It has to stay within 6, so 13 plus 5 inches. So 18 inches, which means that you're not getting into Assault Turn 1. And if you do get into Assault Turn 1 with Slaanesh, you unfortunately don't actually make it to combat, which also means that the Herald of Slaanesh is the only Herald to lose it. Boy. Choice words that can't be said on YouTube because I would lose my monetization want to be said right now because, that hurts. That really, really, really hurts. Why just Slaanesh? I swear, GW just hates Slaanesh. Like, they give him a few things and then they just neuter their army. Like, damn. Alright, the Legion of the Damned. Pretty much the Legion of the Damned. They are gone. which sucks because they played a major part in Gathering Storm. But I guess they died with 6th edition. The Astra Militarum. We lost Rough Riders. To be honest, nobody really used these. And when they did, they weren't really that good. They're kind of interesting and they're funny, but they're not really that good. Dead Marines are dead. Let's see. We lost a bunch of war gear options. We lost power axes and power mauls for pretty much everybody. Yeah, pretty much every single character lost power axe and power maul. They lost the demolition charge. They lost power axe and power maul, power axe and power maul. Yeah, they lost all of their power axes and power mauls, which is the theme you're going to see here, by the way. All right, the Grey Knights. You know what? They should just put the entirety of the Grey Knights Codex in Legends at this point. Just, yeah. All right, so what did they lose? Dreadnoughts lost their options. We lost a conversion beamer and a bunch of options on Tech Marine, and we lost options on a Venerable Dreadnought, which actually does hurt. But you take a Mortis Dreadnought with them, and you're good. So honestly, they kind of lucked out a little bit. All right, let's see how my Dark Angel army lost all of their bike characters and are completely terrible now. The Dark Angels desperately need an update. So, yeah. These guys desperately need an update. So we lost the Primaris Rhino. We've lost the Excelsior. That's pretty obvious. We lost the Chaplain on a bike, which they actually made very good use of. In fact, I think they were the best army to use them. We lost the Librarian on a bike. That hurts as well. We lost the Tech Marine on a bike. That doesn't hurt as much for them. Interrogator Chaplain on a bike. Joy. I'm good. And we lost some more gear options. Oh, he can no longer take his Thunderhammer. Belial lost his Thunderhammer and misplaced his Lightning Claws. The Dreadnought has its options taken away. The Interrogator Chaplain lost his Lightning Claws, his Thunderhammer, and his Power Fist, and Storm Shield. Awesome. The Terminator Librarian lost his Storm Shield, so he's no longer survivable. Tech Marines lost their Conversion Beamer, and Venerable Dreadnought lost some of their weapons. So Dark Angels lost their Ravenwing build. Like, they now have to go with jump pack characters. At least they kept their jump pack characters. But it actually looks like they kept their captain on a bike. Yeah, they actually did keep their captain on a bike. So that's cool. They got to keep that. Please no repressor. Please no repressor. Love of the Emperor, please no repressor. Please. Uriah Jokobus, I have him. And Koronov, I have him as well. Joy, we lost both of them. And for war gear, we lost the Stormbolter on our Sister Superiors and Power Axes, which I figured as well. You know what sucks? You know what really, really, really sucks? I have like 6 Cannon S's with Power Axes. I guess I'll be running them as Blessed Blades now. The Repressor is not on here, though. The Repressor is safe. Which is cool, but it's already been nerfed into the ground. So, yeah. The Dominions no longer give it their ability, and the Repressor is not great at this. The Preacher lost all of his war gear options. That's awesome. The Dominion squad lost their Stormbolter and Power Axe on the Sister Superior. Let's see. Canoness lost pretty much all of her war gear. She lost the Eviscerator, which sucks. Power Axe, Power Maul. She lost all of her options for no reason. She lost her combi weapons for no reason. The Celestian squad lost their Stormbolters and Power Axes on their Sister Superiors. So, yeah, that's joyous. Okay, that's not terrible. Eldar, what did you guys lose? The Altarch with jump pack. Okay. You did see quite a lot of those. The Bone Singer. This is weird because this thing was released in 8th edition. It's kind of weird that it just kind of came in with the ability to heal and then immediately vanished. So I'm worried about that. And they lost a bunch of options, but to be honest, I can't really go through these because I don't know them too well. So I will apologize about this. Wargear says updates codex. It looks like the additional Wargear is not removed from Wargear. What happened that nerfed the Repressor? So what happened that nerfed the Repressor is Dominions lost their Vanguard ability for tanks, so they can no longer get that. And because of that, they can't rocket up 24 inches up the battlefield and be in your opponent's face turn 1. Now you have to take Argent Shroud with Dominions, and you might as well just throw 10 Dominions in each Repressor, and then you have to move 12 inches with your normal movement. Then you have to advance 3 inches. Then you will be in range with your melta-guns, but yeah. Oh yeah, the Bone Singer was reprinted in 8th edition. It was released in 7th. Man. Any idea why the old Kroot Riders or Kroot Giant Chicken stuff isn't in the Legends list? It's because they discontinued it a long time ago. It's not even in the indexes. Like, it's just gone. It was gone with the start of this edition. So, Chaos Space Marines. Let's see what they lost. Chaos Lord on bike. Which actually sucks because Chaos Lord on a bike was heavily used. Like, I've seen these guys used and I've fought these guys a ton of times. They are really, really, really tough to fight. Chaos Lord on Juggernaut of Khorne. Because, you know, customization is just out the window. GW doesn't like that anymore. Alright, let's see. Chaos Lord on Disc of Tzeentch. Awesome. Chaos Lord on anything that isn't a Chaos Lord on foot. Essentially. Maybe you can get a jump pack still. Chaos Lord on Steed of Slaanesh. Can't even take that. Sorcerer on bike. Nope. No to that. Sorcerer on... Yeah, no sorcerers on anything. No sorcerers on Steed. So you still get your jump packs. But that's it. That's as far as you're moving for them. Which kind of sucks. Alright, let's see. Drukhari. What did they lose? You know, I wish Skari was here because Skari could actually help me with this a lot more. GW is trying to make people hate them, it seems. No, they're just trying to sell all the new stuff. Queen, any podcast plan? We're revamping the podcast, so keep that in mind. We are going to start doing that on a regular very soon. Let's see. So I guess GW, New Vision is only bikes. Sorry, your message went by too quickly. I'm hoping John is actually collecting a lot of these questions. Did the Canoness lose her Inferno pistol? No, she can still take the Inferno pistol in the new decks, as far as I'm aware. Alright, so we lost Trueborn. Why did we lose Trueborn? Okay. I knew that we were going to lose them. Alright, yeah, because they updated the data sheets for these, didn't they? I feel like they did. I don't know much about the Drukhari. Now, here's the thing that's going to make every Orc player cry, and I know it's going to make every Orc player cry. And they're, yeah. So, let's get into this. Orcs. Probably the hardest thing hit by Legends because the Warboss and Mega Armor is there, which sucks. The Big Mac with KFF is there. The Big Mac is just gone. Like... So the Big Mac does have the Big Mac with shock attack gun, but the Big Mac, the regular Big Mac that could actually upgrade to take a custom force field is gone. The Big Mac on Warbike is gone, which was actually used. The Red Gobbo, we actually knew that he was going to be in there. Painboy on Warbike is gone. Joy, they were actually used. War Tracks, we knew these were going to be gone. They haven't been updated since 2nd edition. Scorches, we knew that these were going to be gone. They haven't been updated in forever, though they were really good this edition. War Buggies. I'm honestly kind of surprised because these are pretty good, but their model hasn't been updated since like 2nd, 3rd edition. Big guns. What? Why? I had so many of these in my list. Huh. Defcopters lost all of their options, it looks like. Mechs lost their custom force field, I know that much. Burner Boys, this fighter can replace one of their weapons with a big shooter, slugger, or chopper. With one kill saw, they lost that. Can be equipped with a souped up weapon instead of a slugger. Nope, now they're down to basics. Up to 2 commandos can be equipped with the following. So commandos lost their burners and rocket launchers. Ow. Yeah. Losing that war boss on a bike was the biggest thing that they lost. It actually does. Funny how the Defcopters are still okay despite being so old. Yeah, the Defcopters being in there was actually a surprise. I really thought those were going to be gone. Big guns are what actually hurts me. I know they have the mech guns, which are different than the big guns, but still, I really like the big guns. So yeah. And with that, we come to the end of Legends, I believe. Did I miss any of these? No. Let's see. We did Dukari, this, and this. Yep. I think the biggest loss was actually to the Space Marines and the Space Wolves. The Tyranids didn't really get hurt too much, and the Demons losing their Slaneshi thing was pretty bad. But you know what? I'm going to have John say some of the... I'm hoping John was collecting some of the questions as we were going. This way he can actually read some of your questions out that you either at me or at John, so that we can answer some of your questions live on stream. So be sure to say at Egoqueenalexis or at John the Warbutt and actually give us your questions. So John, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Hello, John. How are you?
I'm upset.
This is a new feeling for an orc.
Oh,
I'm actually pissed. I lost like 30 models.
Alexis, you know this because I ordered this from Forge World. I ordered the big mech. Guess what he's not in? Mega armor.
Yeah. Yeah.
GW, go zog yourself, Shukarat.
Well, at
Uh,
least you still have a KF, the shock attack gun. Because
yeah.
the big mech with the shock attack gun is still in the codex.
Yeah, I'm still. Here's my issue, though. If you notice, the Defcopter is not in the Codex, but it's also not in Legends. So the whole point of this thing of like kind of pushing out the index is still irrelevant.
Yeah, now you need this printed out so you know what to not use in your codex and index, but the index options are still there, which means now it's going to be really confusing to make army lists. Thanks, GW.
Man.
All right, all right,
Okay.
all right. So let's get to
Anyway,
some of these
question.
questions. Oh, also none of
Uh,
the Forge World stuff was hit. But keep in mind, Forge World is probably going to have their own version of Legends in the next like few months. So let's hope the repressor isn't hit. I guess.
yeah.
Okay.
So first question is: do you think that this could be a sign of jetbikes on their way in the future?
On what backs?
Jet bikes.
No, no. So bikes cost a lot of money for GW to produce. That's why they're so expensive. And to be honest, I know Primaris Marines are replacing the old ones. I mean, it's pretty obvious at this point that Primaris are replacing the older Marines. If it wasn't obvious at the beginning of this edition, it is definitely there now. Yeah,
Yeah.
Primaris are replacing all of them. So we might get Primaris jet bikes, but we don't need them. We just need Primaris and Gravis armor with jump packs, and they're just as tough as bikes. And they have just as many wounds. To be honest, if they gave me a Gravis captain that can jump, that had a jump pack, and a Gravis chaplain that had a jump pack, I'd actually be okay with losing the bikes.
Yeah. It's really weird because
Give
I
Forge
think
World
they
the Legends, and there's no more Forge World. I love that. I'm sorry. That was good. That was good. All right, let's go. What's the next question?
It's more like the Dominion can't scout up anymore, and the Repressor is now overpriced.
The repressor is definitely overpriced now because it's not even a third as good as it was. It's an overcosted transport now. It went from the best tank in the game to a on the same level as a truck. It's okay, not great. It lost its invo
Yeah.
save of 4 plus. It lost its scouting ability. The girls inside can still shoot and are still affected by modifiers, which means you still can use stratagems on the tank itself and then affect the girls inside. Um, but overall, the tank is still good. It is still a solid tank to choose, but it's not great. So what next question do we have?
I actually had to do the research for this one. Is Forge World still selling the Orc Warboss on bike? Yes, they are.
Are they?
Yeah, I just checked. I'm on Forge World right now. Warboss on bike, $73.
Yeah. Damn.
They'll take your money for it. They just won't let you play it.
Well, is it in the Forge World Index? It isn't? I thought he was a named character. I'm pretty sure he's a named character. Or he was a named character back in the day. Because I know you can still take knobs on bikes. Because knobs on bikes are still being produced by a Games Workshop subsidiary. Which is Forge
And
World.
yeah, and like the actual war bikers are still being produced.
Yeah. Alright, let's get to the next question.
Indeed. Let's see. Uh, I'm having to read all
Also,
this.
if you guys
I'm
want
very
to make sure that we get the questions, make sure you at Nornqueenalexis or at John so we can actually see the questions pop up as quickly as possible. This way we can answer all of your questions.
yeah.
Also, if
I'm
you want
very.
to support the channel, sorry, John, I keep cutting you off. I do
It's fine.
apologize. If you want to support the channel, please use the super chat feature. It goes a long way to helping us out. It really does show support for the channel, and you get your question answered right away. So, John, what's the next question?
I'm very annoyed that the Space Wolves lost pretty much all of their bikes except for Wolf Scout Bikers and Swift Claws. Thank you, JW, for making my favorite armory even worse.
Yeah, they also lost their their Thunderwolf characters. So, yay! Uh,
Ooh, this comment hurts.
the repressor can't be found on Forge World. Yeah, I know. It's no longer
Yeah.
being produced. I guess they
Yeah.
got sick of me asking for 10 of them at every single event that I went to. And them going, we don't have it. But anyway, let's continue.
Comment hurts. So does this mean I just have to throw my damned legionaries into the trash?
You can run them as a Space Marine successor chapter, and you can give them you can run them in matched play, not as Legion of the Damned, but as a successor chapter called the Damned Legion. I'm not kidding. And give them traits that would match the Legion of the Damned, and actually get all of the you can actually expand it using the successor tree in matched play. So ultimately, I do understand why they got rid of the Legion of the Damned. They're kind of pointless, but still.
Let's see. Oh, here's an interesting thing. I'm interested for GW to rip the band-aid off and replace regular Space Marines so we can proxy our old Marines without confusion.
I kind of, at this point, wish they would get rid of Tactical Marines and the regular Space Marines and just give the Primaris those options. Like, all they have to do is just sell an Intercessor squad and just have Primaris weapon upgrades for melt guns, close combat weapons, and all sorts of things. Like, it would be cool to have the Inceptors with Thunderhammer Storm Shields, as Vanguard veterans. I'm pretty sure in like the next 5 years we'll start seeing more and more of this, and more stuff will start going to Legends, because Legends is going to be. It looks like to me it's going to be used to scoop up models that they no longer intend to sell.
Yeah, it's really GW needs to decide whether they're going to either AOS this and just go commit to it fully, or do something, because this whole dancing around the issue isn't really working. It's becoming more and more confusing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in the lore, they're killing off regular Marines by the droves, like literally by the by the thousands at this point. I mean, the Blood Angels lost pretty much all of their successor chapters, which all got replaced by Primaris. So, yeah. Also, no tower in here.
Ah, I just noticed that. There are no tell.
What else isn't in here?
Oh, were Necrons there?
Necrons are not here either. Neither is Yunari. Neither is. Um. Huh. Gene Silicult isn't here. Well, they're all brand new, but still. Yeah.
Huh.
Admech isn't here.
Maybe this is a sign that they're getting maybe their psychic awakening stuff.
Well, they're getting their second codex soon.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next question. What do we have?
Uh,
You
a
may
lot
need
of
to scroll through all of this.
Nah, I'm going pretty fast. I thought the Bone Singer. Yeah, I think this was brought up. I thought the Bone Singer's got a reprint recently.
Yeah, the Bone Singer did come out in 7th edition and then get reprinted for 8th edition, so I do apologize about that. You
Yeah.
already have
Well, I
three
mean,
models.
yeah. But hey, GW still took your money for that Bone Singer.
Yeah, they did. But it is what it is. It is a really cool model. Like, it is a really good collection piece. You guys got to remember there's a difference between collecting 40k, and a lot of people do that, and playing 40k, which a lot more people do that. So when a model comes out, you have to debate. You have to really see what this model is actually meant for before you commit to the box. This is why I suggest you watch my box reviews for the Warhammer stuff that comes out. Like the battle forces, is it a battle box or is it a collection box? Like the sister battle box that just came out, that isn't a battle box, that's a collection box because most of the stuff in there is at such a low number that they're not going to be used for 40k. And if you do, you're going to be using you're going to have to buy like 3, 4, or 5 squads of everything.
Indeed. Here's a good one. As much as I don't care for these for Legends, I'm interested to see how it shakes up the competitive meta.
It's going to take orcs out of competitive for a bit. It's probably going to take Space Marines down a peg, but not really. Space Wolves won't even be there. They're just going to get knocked out. Blood Angels are still top tier, so they'll be fine without those jump pack characters. They'll probably just replace them with different characters. They didn't really use the captains on bikes. They used captains with jump packs because they had the relic jump pack. So they did not need it. Slanesh Demons won't hit tournament play at all. Grey Knights won't really do... Grey Knights are actually starting to do really well in tournaments, by the way. Dark Angels will probably be neutered. But yeah.
Let's see. I'd be really surprised to get a Warboss and Mega Armor equivalent. They'll probably just call it something like Mega Lord and Gets
Stompo's super suit or something. Yeah. Yeah, they probably will. They'll probably come up with a new Godskull soon enough. I'm not even worried about that. Thousand Suns, the Disc Sorcerer is not even played as much. Yeah, I figured as much. The only one on a disc that you want is like Armin, and even he's not that good.
Does this affect the stuff in the supplements?
Yes, sort of. Super Dudes. Oh yeah, Custodians aren't on here. Neither are Sisters of Silence. I really thought they would have just Legends the Sisters of Silence.
That's true.
Considering that they kind of hate them.
Oh yeah.
So we did lose quite a bit, but overall we didn't lose. I thought that this would hurt more. The one that really hurts is the Space Marine one, which I think is right. Yeah. Well, this is one of the Space Marines one. That's Dark Angels. Dark Angels hurt. That's Astra Militarum. That's Grey Knights. Legions of the Damned. Herald of... Like, this one's just Herald of Slanesh. Like, that's it. I can't believe that the Herald of Slanesh got hit. I really thought that they need to make something to replace it. The Contorted Epitome is just not fast enough. Does Slanesh have anything that boosts movement?
Unsure.
The Sisters of Silence will probably get rolled into the new Custodian Codex. More than likely not. Um, they just don't care about them. They put them in a White Dwarf and that was it.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they did not kill off named characters. The now Primaris. Well, yeah, they did. All of the Marines that were made Primaris, all of their older models are now in Legends, so you can't even use them.
Yeah.
With Slaanesh, Heralds also Possessed were hit. Oh, Possessed were hit too. Lovely. Evening all. Can't stay for long tonight. Well, I hope you stay long enough to hang out and chat and everything. Again, guys, I want to remind you, if you want to use the super chat feature, it helps out the channel. It like really, really does. Also, if you guys want to ask a question right now, please feel free to do so. I think we're caught up with all of the questions. So to keep the stream going, let's get some more. I think they put everything they wanted to keep them into the White Dwarf so they could stop printing index books. Well, they stopped printing the index, I think, like a year ago at this point. They just printed a lot of them and then just stopped immediately. So that's a thing.
Yep.
Alrighty, let's see. What else do we have? What do you think about what they removed from the Drukhari? Is it any great loss? Unfortunately, with the Drukhari, I don't know too much. I would look out for Scarredcast, his videos on them. He is an actual Drukhari player. He mains them. It's his favorite army. So, yeah. Queen, your opinion on the new AdMech flyer? Absolutely love Da Vinci's flyer. I think it looks great. I think it's very 40k, and I think it's very fitting for the AdMech army. Is Termagant Legend listing only for push-fit models? I think the Termagant literally just lost his spike rifle and his spine fist. I could be wrong. Let me try to find it real quick. It's gonna... Yeah. They lost his spike rifle and Stingleweb? Whatever. Now that the Saga of the Beast is coming for the Psychic Awakening, do you think that the Orcs and Space Wolves will get some new compensation for this debacle? Yes, I do. I think they'll get one named character apiece and maybe a rehashed old unit, and that's it. Mumble GW release library carry bags now that they need like 10 different books, right? Yo, like you need like 100 different books to play this edition at this point. I wonder... Sorry. Reimagine Godskull. Yeah, I could see Godskull coming back. What can Blood Angels take with jump packs now? I think they can still take their one dude. Here, let me just download this PDF again, just so I can open it. What can they take? I think they can still take, so I know they lost that. I know they lost this. Actually, let me just full size. Let me do this again. What did they lose with jump pack? Here it is. So they lost their captain, their chaplain, war gear options. They lost their ancients jump pack. They lost the company champion jump pack, which is actually really good. They lost their company veteran jump packs. The librarian can actually still take his jump pack, which is good, if he has the option for it. Let's see, in the codex or in the index. The novitiate, he lost his jump pack. The sanguinary priest kept his jump pack, so you can have a sanguinary priest and a librarian in jump pack. So yeah. What will the Ultramarines get in this? They get brutalized. AOS has been through this several times over the last 3 years, anything that will no longer sell is on this list. They definitely include metal and resin figures. Yep. Chaplain, so iconic for the Blood Angels. What is going to buff the Death Company now? Actually, the Chaplain can still take his jump pack with the Blood Angels, which is really good. So keep that in mind. You can actually take a Chaplain with jump pack to keep buffing them. Rules that for your fluff players that could do better rules making. Do you want to make a alt set of rules? GW sells models first, after all. No, I don't think that I am skilled enough to make a rule set for 40k. I'm skilled enough to judge 40k and playtest 40k's rules, but I'm not skilled enough to actually make rules that would affect the game itself. I do apologize about yawning. I'm forever mad that Space Marines are losing tracked vehicles for hover ones. They are also they are stealing something that should make Xenos stand out for Astartes. I agree with that. Death Company Chaplains are different in tree. I thought they have jump packs. I think they do. Do you think we will get a Vect miniature complete with slave girls and the Deus of Destruction? No. At this point, no, I don't. Blood Angels and Wolves getting boned. Sort of. The Blood Angels didn't actually lose too much. The company veteran loss is pretty big, but they still have their other veterans, and their other veterans are better. So they did take a hit, but not a terrible hit. Like, you can still take the Sanguinary Guard Ancient, who has a jump pack, so instead of the Company Ancient. And the Company Ancient, you're just going to have to run them, unfortunately. GW's reducing manufacturing cost. They haven't printed these models in years. Do you think we will see a 9th edition very soon? No. There are many rumors going around, such as rework Psychic Phase and pulling some things from AOS. Yeah, I saw that on 4chan talking about it, but we're an 8.2 edition of an evolving edition. We're not even at like halfway through 8th edition, and I honestly don't think that we're going to see a 9th edition yet. Let's see. Blood Angels are still good. The losses hurt way more for Space Wolves, who don't have much to begin with. Yeah, Space Wolves went... Blood Angels went right back to Tier 1 now that they get the Chapter Doctrines. Space Wolves got neutered again. IG have jetpikes in the older versions of the game in 1st and 2nd. They've had them in 1st, not 2nd. So did Space Marines. Jetbikes were a common thing back in the day. In fact, if you read the Eisenhorn books, literally there is a jetbike race scene in the entire book. And I always found it funny that it was badly written 4th edition Dark Angel lore that said Samael had the last jetbike. And since then, they kind of got rid of that lore, because Sable Claw is definitely not the last jetbike, because the Custodians have them. There's probably have been found ones. Like, I'm not worried. We have jetbikes. If I ran an event, I'd be like, Legends never happened. Unfortunately, ITC is going with Legends, so I probably... Like, I don't take a lot of these units, so you won't see a big difference from my channel from them. It does hurt, I will admit, but yeah. I really would love power axes on Runa and eviscerators on Canoness just for style. You can still take them, just count them as blessed blades, because the blessed blade doesn't actually have a model or a depiction of it yet. It's just a blessed blade, so you can take any bladed weapon and count it as it. But competitive players will abide by Legends. All players will abide by Legends given enough time, unfortunately. The reason for that is pretty simple. No one uses open play. No one uses narrative plays rules. Everybody uses strictly uses matched play, and these are rules for pretty much matched play. They will be playable at LVO 2020, which is cool. So yeah, we'll still get a last hurrah at LVO, but that's pretty much it. They're doing it just for a last hurrah of the orcs.
There was a comment earlier that we didn't get to. I think that's kind of interesting. Do you think that Legends is a way to even the playing field for newer players against older players?
No, no. It's just GW reducing manufacturing costs, not producing models that they don't have rights to anymore, or not producing models that they just don't want to produce anymore. Too long didn't read. Narrative, they say it's playable in all formats. Yeah, you technically don't need to follow Legends. You can do open play, but it is a suggestion. But a lot of the stuff is just going to be taken at base value by a lot of the players here. Let's see. It's all about money for GW. I don't think so, because the new models sell really well. They're just trying to get rid of the older models that they don't have molds for anymore, or that nobody really actually plays as much anymore. You'll still have a lot of players, like orc players definitely, who are like, I want my war boss on a bike. Unfortunately, they lose that, but that's pretty much the biggest thing that they lose.
And you can still run. I actually checked. You can't. There is the evil mech war boss on bike, or evil son's war boss on bike. Zach.
Yeah, you can still run Zagstruck. Some of the stuff was produced by third party. A lot of the stuff GW has is produced by third party. It seems they are trying to get rid of old Gaia combos. Sort of. They're just getting rid of a lot of the T5 in the game to make the game a little bit faster, because T5 is very annoying, which is why it's the best thing ever and why Terminators should have T5. It's because they'd be survivable and actually usable. Removing bikes might also clear the path for balance stuff for unexpected speed and toughness. Yeah, they had to remove bikes on characters because they couldn't properly balance the cost of the bike per character, because per character is being costed now, and the war gear is being costed separately. So if you want characters on bikes, the cost of bikes has to go up. So it doesn't really balance out too well for the characters on bikes versus normal dudes on bikes. How are the orcs going to recover from no KFF? The orcs still have custom force fields. They actually have 3 of them still in the works. There's one on an airplane. There's one on a what's that Stompa, the baby Stompa?
The Morkanaut and Gorkanaut.
The Morkanaut, Gorkanaut, and they still have the KFF on mega armored mechs. So keep in mind, the big mech still can get a KFF. He just needs to be in mega armor in order to get it. So yeah. And technically that's a little bit more balanced, and you stick him, he's slower, and yeah, his bubble doesn't spread out. He's kind of useless. Can you go over how the BA will recover from losing jump packs? They have chapter doctrines now. You're going to see a lot of Blood Angel players switch from jump packs, which, yeah, to intercessor spam, considering that their Death Company intercessors get 5 attacks per. So you're going to see lists with 60, 70, 80 intercessors in it. Actually, you're probably going to see lists with 90 intercessors in it. All Death Company, all amazing, all just running across the battlefield, still getting chapter doctrines, still getting all the bolter abilities, still getting all the buffs from all their characters, and just moving up the board slowly until turn 2. Turn 2, turn 3 if they can get a lucky charge. Turn 3 if they can just get a smashing charge right into front lines. And they will absolutely dominate everything. Blood Angels are still a tier 1 army. The older way of playing them for all jump packs was really fun. But in current edition, now that everybody is adapted to it, it's pretty easy to deal with Smash Captains. They're really good. But a lucky Melt-A-Shot now kills the Smash Captain. Let's see. Funny thing is that Forge World sells the special characters as generic war boss on a bike, but it isn't in their index as a special character. But it is in their index as a special character. So you still can get one then. I thought Death Company intercessors are elites. If they are elites, you're just gonna spam them. You're gonna have 30 of them on the field, and then you're just gonna take regular intercessors to max it out, or scouts, or Phobos Marines. Actually, you're gonna see Blood Angels switch to Primaris like that, because they're gonna take the Phobos. They're gonna take all of the stuff that they can get. They're gonna start 9 inches away from their opponent, while everything else just moves up the battlefield and just smashes your opponent into oblivion. While a couple of jump pack characters give some buffers as well as just jumping to objectives. I kind of want to play Blood Angels. I'm not going to lie. I kind of just hyped myself up for Blood Angels. Might need to buy a Blood Angel army. Probably going to buy a Blood Angel army. My Ultramarines are using 60 intercessors plus support characters. Yeah, and Bobby G. Yeah, that's a super effective list. Like, a lot of lists right now are just put bodies on the field. No list can deal with it. Centurion spam can't even deal with bodies on the field. Do you think that GW is switching to more monoposed newer models? Yes. Yes, they are. The reason for that is they look better as display pieces. They are better for newer players. And a lot of the players who build the models do like monopose just for simplicity. But they are also releasing 2 kits for most of the things that we are going to buy. They're going to have the monopose stuff, like the Sister Battle Box. And then they're going to have like the basic infantry where you can customize them to a more, a standard that you like. So, with that all said, I'm pretty much going to end this stream with this. And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this very clearly. Warhammer Legends is a bad idea, in my opinion. It is a terrible idea. But at the same time, I understand why they did it. I myself don't like it, but I do support it. And the reason for that is I want this edition to be as balanced as possible. And I know, hands down, that this is meant to balance the game. And I know that we are going to be getting a lot of new stuff for this game in the near future. I look forward to seeing how this is going to affect the meta. If you are playing in your locals, just tell your opponent, hey, I'm bringing a Legends model. Is that cool? Most of the time, your opponent will be like, what is it? And you'll be like, a captain on a bike. And they'll be like, neat. This is more meant for, like, the slightly more competitive players to more competitive players. But on a casual level, Legends will not affect you. If you're playing pickup games, no one is going to care, really. And if you are playing tournament prep, they're going to care. So keep that in mind as you move forward. And don't let this distress you too much. I personally, I think I counted 27, 28 models that I can no longer use. But at the same time, I'm looking at ways to use them in my army lists. Because what I'm thinking is Confessor Koromov, I'm going to be using as just a confessor or preacher. Uriah Jokobus, hobo with a shotgun, he's still going to make appearances as my priest, as my missionary. So I'm still going to be using the characters. They're just not going to be characters anymore. But a lot of the old models, they hold a nostalgic value for me that I want to collect. So keep that in mind as you move forward with all of this. In fact, I was actually okay with the repressor being put on this because the new style of playing Sisters of Battle doesn't favor tanks, except for the Exorcist. With that all said, take this with a grain of salt. Keep your head held high. Trust in the faith of the Emperor. This is clearly the influence of the dark gods that are affecting how we play this game because they were sick of losing. So they started hitting the Marines as hard as they can, and then they hit the stuff, and then they hit the orc stuff because they needed to beat up some orcs, and then to make it fair, they hit some of their own stuff just so you wouldn't suspect that it's actually the malicious intent of the dark gods. Have faith in the Emperor. His golden light will guide you as you go forward into this community and play this game. If you guys have any questions, please comment in the comment section down below of this video. Also, down there you can see all of the links to other stuff that I do. I play a lot of games on Twitch. I play Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, starting at 7 p.m. EST. I would love it if a lot of you guys jumped over there and watched me play games because it is a lot of fun. And I jump at pretty much everything. I'm a very shy person, So when I play horror games, it is the funniest thing in the world. So with that all said, I want to thank each and everyone for following, everyone for supporting my Patreon, which helped me out so much in the last few months. As always, I'm Norn Queen Alexis. I love you guys. Bye.